Children, today we are starting once again with question number 3 because there was a small mistake in that. This part you can see other than constants. Okay, so that means we have to identify the numerical coefficients of the terms which are other than constants. That means we don't have to write for the constant terms, okay, which we did. Okay, I did. So that means we will be leaving the constant terms and then continuing. So I'm so sorry children, that was my mistake. Then now we start. This is the first one. 5 minus 3t square. So the term which is other than constant is minus 3t square and its numerical coefficient is minus 3. We've already discussed a lot about the numerical coefficient, right? Okay, then we start with the second one. So here the terms which are other than constants are t, t square and t cube. So let's write t, t square and t cube. So here what are the numerical coefficients of these? That is for t it's only 1. Again for t square is also 1 and for t cube is again 1. Okay. Then we do the third one. X plus 2xy plus 3y. So there is no constant term. All are variables, right? So we write for all x, 2xy and 3y. And now we have to write the numerical coefficient. As I said, just hide the variable. We'll come to know the numerical coefficient. So here when we hide x, we get 1. When we hide xy, we get 2. When we hide y, we get 3. Then we go to the fourth one. 100 m plus 1000 n. 100 m and 1000 n are the terms which are other than constants. There is no constant term in this expression. Now the numerical coefficient here is 100 and the numerical coefficient here is 1000. This is the fourth one. And then we go to the fifth one. Minus p square q square plus 7pq. So we write the expressions which are other than constants. Both the expressions are not the constant terms. Okay, they are the terms which are including variables. So we write both the terms p square q and 7pq. So here who is the numerical coefficient? Minus 1 and here the numerical coefficient is 7. Okay. Then we do the next one. Next one, that is the sixth one. Is 1.2a plus 0.8b. This is the sixth one. And the seventh one also. Seventh one is 3.14 r square. Children, this is question number 3. So here both the terms we will take because they are not the constant terms. So 1.2a and 0.8b. So the constant term is 1.2 and here 0.8. Then 3.14 r square. We take the entire expression only because it has only one term and it is not the constant term. Now what is the numerical coefficient of 3.14 r square? When we hide r square, that is when we hide the variable, we come to know that 3.14 is the numerical coefficient. Then we start the 8th one. There's 8th and 9th. 8th one, 2 times of length plus breadth, and the 9th one is 0.1 y plus 0.01 y square. So here we write the terms. Both the terms have variable, so we write both. So 2 times of length plus breadth, that is 2 length and 2 breadth. When we 2 L and 2B when we open the bracket. Okay. So 2L and 2B. Numerical coefficient 2 and 2. Here 0.1 y, 0.01 y square. We hide the variables. So 0.1 and 0.01. Okay. So children, this completes your question number 3. Now we start with question number 5. Question number 4 we did yesterday in our yesterday's video. This was the correction of question number 3. Question number 5 is classify the following expressions into monomials, binomials and trinomials. So the first one, we will just count the number of terms, children. Okay, we will only count the number of terms. Okay, so if it's a single term, monomial, 2 terms, binomial, 3 terms, trinomial, more than 3 terms, polynomial. Okay, so let's start. Here, how many terms? 1, 2. So, binomial. How many terms? Single term, just 1. So, monomial. How many terms? 1, 2, 3. So, trinomial. How many terms? Just 1. Single term. So, monomial. Then we go to the 5th one. Sixth one. Seventh one. Eighth one. Ninth one. 10th. 11th. And the last one, 12th. So simple, count the terms and write whether they are monomial, binomial, trinomial. If only one term, single term, monomial. If there are 2 terms, binomial, 3 terms, they are trinomial. So let's start. 1, 2, 3. 3 terms. Trinomial. 1, 2. 2 terms. Binomial. 1, 2. Again 2 terms. Binomial. Single term. monomial. 1, 2, 3, 3 terms. Trinomial. 2 terms. Binomial. 2 terms again. Binomial. 1, 2, 3 terms. Trinomial. Okay. So children, this completes your question number 5. We start with question number 6. And question number 6 says, state whether the given pair of terms are unlike or like terms. So, for that children, we should know what is a like term and what is an unlike term. So, do we remember? If the answer is no, no problem. We are going to revise it once again. So, for that we need to take 2 terms. Let's take 2 terms. 2xy minus 4xy. Children, we compare the 2 terms to find out whether they are like terms or they are unlike terms. Now, we compare. What do we compare? We compare the variables. We compare the variables. If the variables are same or common, then the terms are like terms. Okay? And if the variables are not common or not same, then the terms are known as unlike terms. Okay? That means in the coming question, we have to check whether the given terms have variables common or not. If the variables are common, they are like terms. If the variables are not common, then they are unlike terms. Children, we have to remember about the powers also. Okay, like you can see here, there is x square and here's x. Still the terms are unlike. What is the reason? The reason is this power. Here the power is not there. It's only 1. Okay, that is why the terms are not like, they are unlike. Okay, so going ahead, and let me write the question. Here, let's compare the variables. When we talk about the first one, the expressions, that is 1 and 100, we see here there is no variable. Okay, that means what to compare? Nothing to compare, right? But we have to tell whether they are like or unlike. So when the variable is missing here, variable is missing here also. That means they are like terms. Okay, they are like terms. So such constant terms in expressions, the constant terms where there is no variable or where the variables are missing, are also known as like terms. So such types of applications or examples again fall under the category of like terms. So here 1 and 100, what are they? They are like terms. Then here let's compare the variable x, x. Is it common? Yes. So is it a like term? Yes, they are like terms. Again, compare the variables. X, Y. Are they same? No. So what are we going to write? Unlike terms. Going to the fourth one. We are doing question number 6. 14xy. 14xy, comma 42yx. Fifth one is 4m square p, comma 4mp square. Sixth one, 12xz, comma 12x square z square. Okay. Again, what to compare? We compare the variables. xy, yx. Yx and xy is the same thing, right? Only their places are different. But are they same? Otherwise, yes, they are same because 42 yx can be also written as 42 xy. Okay, so now are they same? Yes. So the terms are like terms. Now here m square p and mp square, are they same? This is m square p. Is this m square p? No. Instead it is mp square. Okay. That means they are unlike terms. Now 12xz and 12x square z square. Let's compare the variables. This is xz. Is this xz? No, it's not xz. Instead, it is x square, z square. Okay? So, are they like terms? No, they are not like terms, but they are unlike terms. Okay, children? And this completes your question number 6.